Hello. Good morning.
Good morning. It was a long meeting, I guess.
Long and substantive and good. We are working hard these days on getting as much out of the last meetings of the year in order to build a solid platform for January. And on Sunday we will be discussing, exactly how the schedule of January will be. But there has been very constructive openings on some of the key issues. And what we're trying to do now is to see which are really the essential issues that can only be tackled in the final round, in order to make those issues clear and limited in number, by trying to reduce difference on other aspects, so that eventually when we're into the final round, there's a number of important but not so many issues that has to be tackled.
So property is one of them?
Well, as you know, we've been working a lot on property, but there are again some ideas that we're exploring now to see if we can maybe not have to spend so much more time on property and move on to some of the other remaining issues. And I'm quite confident that we're seeing the contours of a settlement on property, which I think both sides will be able to live quite comfortably with. But of course, I'm not ready to say exactly what that will be before the leaders have finally concluded. I also want to say that one of the very positive developments over the last weeks is that we have been able to focus more on our work on economy. The leaders get assistance now from the principal international financial institutions. We have World Bank experts, National Monetary Fund experts, EU experts working with us in support of the leaders. And I say with us in support of the leaders, in order to look at all the aspects of which would be banking sector and tax issues and fiscal federalism. How do you collect taxes? How do you spend them? Constituent state, federal state. There's a lot of issues which are very important, where there is not necessarily any disagreement between the two sides. And sometimes we have the paradox that if the two sides do not disagree, we do not talk about it. But I'm trying now to draw attention to some of these issues where the problem is not Greek Cypriots versus Turkish Cypriots, but you have to get it done before you can announce that the final settlement is there. So there are certain issues that have not been so high on the agenda traditionally, but which I think matters a lot, because this is where people will get work. For instance, if young people are thinking about their future, they may not necessarily think about their future only as membership in a committee in the federal government, but also whether they have something to live of and from, and that of course has to do with creating the ground for solid economic growth in both sides of Cyprus and eventually in the United Federal Cyprus. So that's also on the agenda these days.
And also, I don't know, probably you saw from the reports that regarding the referendum, are we close to the referendum? Because they just, mention about March, there can be a referendum in March.
I have nothing new to add to this discussion. I have a standard line, which is what I will keep answering however you frame the question, which is that we don't have a timeline. There's no special date that we have to meet, but both leaders keep saying that there is no time to lose. We have to use our time effectively, and the momentum have to be capitalized on. Momentums are not there forever, so as soon as possible, but also when we're done. So without insisting on dates, I'm just insisting let's keep moving forward. We must not lose time, and we have to move into the issues that, as I mentioned, may not be issues of difference between the two sides, but which is hard work that has to be done before you can create a federal country, because there's much more to a country than only the question of balance between Turkish Cypriots and Greek Cypriots.
So you're saying that shape is starting, having a shape now, starting to get a shape on property issue?
I said is that I see the contours. The contours of a possible settlement.
Starting to get shape. Yeah?
I mean, we are significantly closer than we were some months ago, but we're not done. Because we have much broader understanding of what is more that is clear, but there are outstanding issues that has to be settled. So I'm seeing a contour, but I'm not announcing a breakthrough, because if there would be one, it will be up to the leaders to do that. And it's of course, and again, since everything is related, there's when I read comments in the press, I sometimes from some sides from some commentators, I get the impression that people think that there is a day where we're done with property and then we do territory and then we do security. But there are certain issues in all chapters which is dependent on other chapters. So the way to do this here in Cyprus and everywhere else is that you try to get the bulk done, and then there are certain issues. I place this on the table. It will stay there until I see what's happening on A, B, and C, and then we get back. So there is more. I mean, progress. When I say progress, it does not mean final deals. It means that more and more is clear, which isolates the question to a few. So my hope for the next months is that we have a few big questions where the question has simple answers, either this or that, or either this, that, or 50% in a sense, and that you are then able to make the final package, and that has to be very close to the very end. But what we're doing is to preparing for that moment, and I actually I care more about that moment being well organized than exactly when it happens. If it's soon, it's better, but the quality is most important. And then of course we have the question of the guarantor states. And I was just in Turkey, had very good meetings there. I will soon go to Athens. I've been in constant contact with the UK, of course, and at some stage all 5 will have to meet, the two sides here and the 3 guarantors, to see how to...
Do you have any dates for this?
No, I don't have any dates for anything. I have one date for you. It's just next meeting is on Sunday.
Okay, thank you.
That's on the 20th of December, and you can take it down. I have no other dates, but we're working hard.
We have to leave it there.
Thank you. Okay, thank you.